Hello, beautiful people. It's Robin Thomas. Welcome back to our channel. And as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing our August book reviews. So this month of books was a little bit different. I'm normally usually like mainly romance, but I did have two suspense or thriller type books in this stack. And I did add an extra book because I went on vacation and I really just felt like I needed a special book for vacation. So I had to add a sixth book in there. So it's going to be six books that we're reviewing this month or this video. And four of them are romance and two of them are suspense/thriller. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this month I read two suspense books, and the first one was called That's Not My Name by Megan Ladley, and the next one was Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Okay, so first I want to give a disclaimer. I'm like laughing right now, but that's because I'm past these books. These books are about children, and you need to have the stomach for what you're going to endure when you read these books. So I'm not gonna lie, about up to halfway of the book, I was saying to myself, I don't really understand why people rave about this so much. This is just another kidnapping story, seems like. Once I got over the hump of the first half of the book and they started getting down to the nitty gritty, I was extremely invested. So once we laid the foundation of what this missing girl was experiencing, going back and forth from her to the boyfriend of the missing teen in town and seeing what he's going through, as he's the only person that's trying to find his missing girlfriend, while everybody else just wants to blame it on him and is trying to find evidence to put it on him. There is a point in this book where my soul was ripped from my chest. This is a really good suspense book. Chanel, buy this book. So this book is from one perspective, but it hops three different timelines. The before, a year before the before, and the after. Stick with it. Stick with it. It is so much happening in this book, from class, friendship, race, gender, disabilities, household structure. Tiffany takes you along the story. Then she hits you with a jaw-dropping revelation. Then she hits you with the jaw-dropping revelation. Like, the first one is going to get you and gut you and all that, and you're gonna say, I don't need anymore, I can't take anymore. Then she's gonna hit you with something else. Y'all, this was so sad. This was so sad. This was so sad. The first revelation was like terrible. The first revelation was terrible because these are children. The second revelation, I pitied the main character. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you like suspense books, I think both of these are really good reads. Although both of these are really heavy topics, this one is a little lighter than this one. Definitely read the disclaimers before you check out any of these books. I think both of these books are written really well. Standing ovation from both of the authors. Okay, so y'all know how excited I was to read this book, Keep It Cute by T. Yasmin. When I tell y'all, she did not disappoint. I am so excited for her because this is her debut book. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is cool. She was setting the stage. Baby, about chapter 6 or so, I couldn't put the book down after that. I really just have a couple of questions for y'all. People in same-sex relationships, specifically gay girls, y'all really be knocking like that? If you got cheated on, would you knowingly be a side piece to somebody else because of how they make you feel? Y'all ever know someone who has caused every single bad thing in their life, but still be like, I don't know why this is happening to me? If both men give you everything you want emotionally, are you gonna choose the NBA player or the 9-to-5er? How you mad because you done found out somebody is doing you the way that you're doing them? So this book is about three crazy friends who are going through crazy life situations that they are putting themselves in, but they have each other to lean on the whole way through. I would not have minded reading all three of these stories separately. When I tell you, I was flipping these pages laughing from the pit of my belly, not because it was funny, but what are you doing? What are you thinking the amount of? Why would you do that? What? Wow. Are you serious? One of the friends is a teacher. Another one of the friends is an Instagram model / promoter. The other one is like a therapist. I feel like the therapist was going through way more than the other two was going through. How you clinically trained and don't know how to get through your own stuff? Like, even with all of the like drama and the passionate stuff that's going on, they're starting to realize that maybe they're the problem and they need to make some changes through their dating relationships, careers, and coming back and unpacking it with their friends and glasses of wine and lots of pizza. They really get through a lot together. This is a really good book of three women who decide that they gonna stick beside their friend with all the stuff that they're going through. Even if it's crazy, they're gonna root for them when they're in the wrong. They're gonna tell them they're in the wrong, but throughout the whole thing, they're gonna love each other and be there for each other as they're going through their mess. And they're gonna keep it cute while doing it. Like Natalia, I got us one, and she already got a second one that's out. So these two books gave me the same feeling when I was reading them. The first one is A Worthy Love by A.E. Valdez, and the second one is Love's Inconvenient Truth by Love Belvin. So these two ladies don't feel that they're worthy of receiving a fairy tale type love because of their past transgressions and the mistakes that they've made in their life. So in A Worthy Love, you have Marissa, who has just got out of a extremely publicly embarrassing situation with somebody who she was in love with. She feels like she's done with that and she's going to try to move on with her life with Asher. Here comes consequences or baggage from that last relationship. And when I tell you it is baggage, I mean it is baggage. While trying to unpack that baggage, you have Asher who's there, who is literally holding her hand along the way, not judging her, not telling her what she should do, loving her, listening to her, and literally being present. Valdez does a really good job at creating banter between the characters that gives the story a nice fun vibe, even though they're going through a lot of heavy adult stuff. So Love's Inconvenient Truth. Y'all know I love me some Love Velvet. So this book is actually an age gap book where the woman is actually 9 years his senior. So you have Elle, who has had this extremely traumatic, I'm talking extremely traumatic thing that has happened to her that has changed the direction of her life. She has recreated a new Elle that she is comfortable with, but then she sees this guy who she's extremely drawn to, and they end up having a one-night stand. So let's fast forward to her entering the last phase of a job interview, who's also experiencing a merger and coming under new leadership after the death of the business owner who's his son. Now his son happens to be the person who she just had this one night stand with that she promised she would never do, that she also feels this extreme connection to, Jackson. What I really love about this book is that the issue doesn't come from the age gap that they have. Instead, it comes from her making this promise to herself to never be in a relationship again because of the terrible things that has happened in her past. I'm not saying that age doesn't play a factor into it, but there comes this point where she's like, sir, I haven't thought about your age for so long. I'm just trying to get as much of you as I can before I have to leave you, because if I become one with you, it's not going to end good. Everything that I touch turns into a disaster. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. And so she has secrets that won't let him get close to her. She's keeping her secret away from him because she's afraid that he'll see her differently. He's keeping his secret away from her because he can feel the barrier that she's putting up that's keeping her from giving her his all. So through both of these, we're navigating women who simply have to accept the fact that somebody wants to love them through all of their mess and make the decision to do it. Very beautiful stories. There's the Beauty in the Street, love, her fallen angel. Okay, Elle. I love Angel and Tamar's story. I truly wish the other characters were not in this. In this first book, we get to see like their chemistry really play out. And when I tell you it is steamy, I mean it is steamy. But Angel is in his line of business that he knows if he falls for somebody, then they're going to be a distraction and that person becomes a target. So not only does he have to look out for himself, he has to look out for his heart outside of his chest. Tamar, on the other end, who is already in the business and feels like, I know all about this because my family is in this business. I'm choosing to be with you. You just have to choose to be with me. In here, they're creating this super bond and they're creating this respect amongst the family. And you can see him earn it very quickly because Tamar, who doesn't yield to anybody, softens and yields to him. She may have a little attitude and go off because her heart is starting to be in it. This one left on a pretty good cliffhanger. Right now, I'm just finishing this series because I started it. It's not bad, but I can already tell you I'm not going to read it again. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the book reviews. If you have read any of these and you want to chat a little bit about them, definitely leave something in the comment section. I will reply back to you, I promise. If you know anybody who may be interested in some suspense or romance novels, definitely share this video with them. And want to see more book reviews, definitely give this channel a subscribe. And I will see you beautiful people next time. Peace and blessings.